Hey everyone, I want to talk to you. And as always, I also would love to hear back from you, of course. Write some comments, send me emails with your questions. For the moment, I'm really open for this and I'm happy to receive some news from your side. What's going on in your unions? And first of all, I want to make an announcement. There was a mistake last time in relation to the time of the free webinar regarding communication. I'm hosting this webinar on September 30, so end of this month. If you want to be part of this, you can send me an email and with join webinar September or join Zoom webinar September in the subject line of your email. And this webinar is taking place, this is a Saturday, and it's at 7 p.m. Central European summertime. So I made a mistake here, and I hope that a lot of you, wherever you are in the world, will be able to attend this live. I'm not sure if there will be a replay. I have to check this out, but in any case, we are meeting live and we are doing healing around twin flame communication, so you get to know my work a little bit and can see if this applies for you. Okay, so let's jump into our new video. Next topic. I apologize for any noise that's going on. Plants are being watered and people are working in this area, so I apologize, but I think it's all right. You will hear my message clear and loud. So it's all about how twin flame communication is preparing you for your union. So everything you're investing in communication is also preparing you. It's on various levels. We already talked about that everything basically is communication, but the communication that you have with your twin flame in the 3D again, I want to talk about your communication in the 3D when you meet, when you exchange via email, right? And we come to telepathy and things like that another time. So there are three things I want to point out to you today in relation to twin flame communication being a preparation, kind of preparing you for your union. The first thing is, number one, to learn conscious communication, right? So what is this all about? This is all about discernment. Now we usually, when we grow up, we do not have much discernment about our communication because it's very often just about us reacting or us provoking something via communication. We are acting out or we are reacting, and then we are in the flow of this communication that occurs from this, that develops from this, and we are not choosing consciously in what direction we want to go. Now this should be learned on the twin flame journey, that we communicate consciously. So this means that we choose uplifting thoughts and also make our communication uplifting. This doesn't mean that we cannot have concerns or that we cannot talk to our twin flames about anything that we are disapproving of, but just we have to learn to make it in a conscious way and to be a little bit aware of how the other person is receiving it, right? We always want to communicate in a way as if we would receive this communication. So we want to be nice, or we want to apologize if something went wrong, right? And this is not, it's not that I'm here talking to you and I'm perfect in this. No, not at all. I'm imperfect just as you, but I can see I'm aware of my communication, right? And so you can also heal things that went wrong in your communication. And it's always about moving forward on this path, on the spiritual path. And by choosing your thoughts and choosing your words, you choose your reality, you choose your future, you choose what you get to experience, right? So this is a powerful way of having a positive outcome on your journey. My teachers would always say, are you fueling union? When you communicate to your twin flame, when you think about your twin flame and communicate, are you fueling union with your words, or are you doing damage to your union? Right? So learn this. And sorry for this. And part of this conscious communication is also to be clear on when you have a trigger, when you're triggered. Because your triggers, you would always like take out some time to work on your triggers. And this has nothing to do, I would always recommend to do this on your own. You can communicate to your twin flame, look, I'm triggered here, I have to figure this out. I have to do some healing on my own. I need some time now. But you would not want to discuss this immediately with your twin flame unless you're really in an evolved and harmonious twin flame relationship where you could maybe also work on triggers together. But for the most part of us, it's separation going on, and in this separation we receive triggers, and our counterparts, our divine counterparts, receive their triggers as well, and we are not aware. We're totally not aware on what level we are triggering them, with our words, with our actions, with everything, right? So conscious communication, number two, what is important in order to prepare for your union? So every communication that you have with your twin flame in the 3D is also you exchanging about your values. Because you would talk about something, right? You would speak about your life, about your interests, about what you've been doing or what you're planning. So, and what you exchange are your values, your core values. And those core values are the same, but there can be some imbalances. So if they are not exactly the same, but you get maybe triggered by some things that your twin flame is valuing, this could be an indicator that there is an imbalance going on. Maybe this person is not your twin flame, but I would always recommend to go with what you feel in your heart. That's the best advice, right? And you could always look whether you have some imbalances in your life. So I always like to point out this in relation to money. For example, many divine masculines, many of our counterparts, whether they are feminine or masculine, doesn't matter. Many of our counterparts are valuing their 3D life and are valuing money. Now, what are they valuing? So it could be two things. Could be ego, could be that they're holding on to their ego personality, and could be that they're showing you that you should focus more on abundance, right? It's not about money, it's just about receiving, right? So by showing you their value of receiving from the divine, and here again, when I talk about money, it's not about greed, but it's about receiving from the divine. They focus on receiving from the divine, whereas you might focus more on giving. And this needs to be balanced. If you want to be in union, you have to be open to receive from the divine, because your twin flame comes from the divine. If you're closing yourself off, you will not be able to receive this love, which is everything, right? This love is also money, is also, yeah, the providence of God. It's everything. All the good stuff in your life comes in, right? So your twin flame might mirror something to you when there is an imbalance in values, but it's also to check for you, do we have the same values, right? Do we share the same values? Do we share the same interests? And how is this developing? How is this growing? Because there's also another thing, when you are exchanging about values with your twin flame, you also see, get to know that both of you are growing together in the same areas, right? So that's very beautiful to see, and just trust this process, and know that you're always together, you're always one with your twin flame, and take the chance to exchange with them whenever possible, and just enjoy this. Take it and appreciate that, right? So number three is that with communicating to our twin flame, we always really open up, and it's a little bit what I said earlier, to receive the light from the divine, right? It's as if we open the doors and the windows and sunshine is coming in. And this is the light of the divine. And if we shut that out, it's not really serving us, right? So we have to experiment a little bit with communication, but keep that in mind, like make your communication with your divine counterpart positive, make it uplifting, make that fuel union, and don't let the ego take over. And the ego will take over for sure every time. I already said this in another video, normalize it. Just let the sunshine in, and if the ego kicks in and you hold grudges, or you have upsets, then this is an opportunity either to heal or to just let go of your ego, right? Of your ego, and this is also about discernment. Where am I communicating from my ego, and where am I communicating from my divine essence, my soul? Yeah, and twin flame communication is always about the souls communicating. And for sure, your twin flame will receive that communication, and he or she will be more and more aware also of that communication, because that's what you build. This is also the telepathy, the heart-to-heart communication, the communication of two souls, and we will go into this in the next video a little bit. Yeah, and I would be so happy to have you on the free call, communication, twin flame communication. We're doing a bunch of healing that is hopefully helpful to open up your communication pipes with your twin flame. And you find the details in the description box below. Also, if you want to book a one-on-one session, you can send me an email to find out about the details of my offers. Yeah, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for joining, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.